All right, everybody, it's time for the second faction in Kingdoms of Amalur video game plot summary. It's called the Pledge. I called it the Pledge Master Quest. I don't know what it's called. I forgot. But anyway, it's a quest. It's a quest with where you learn to be like a knight in some sort of faction, whatever. Anyway, the first town Luana encounters is called Goreheart. In that bar, there is a recruiter named Ost Ordura. He convinces Luana to join the Warsworn. It's basically a warrior's guild.
Some may try to color it with fancy words, but we're warriors for hire, the best in these lands.
Man, this guy.
You'll find those who have taken the oath are held in the highest respect all over Amalur.
Ordura says that Luana can go to Shieldring Keep right away or get a commendation from him first by killing two guys and bringing back the proof. And she kills one and bargains with the other and then comes back.
Take this to Shieldring Keep and speak to Tyne Delphric. He'll set you to work on my word alone.
Ordura sends her to Tyne Delphric at Shieldring Keep with his commendation. At Shieldring Keep, Delphric sends Luana to catch up to a patrol that's already left. Merchants are disappearing on a popular trade route.
Travel to Dyden Hill and meet a fellow hireling named Will Rendig. He is likely at the healers. Then report to Warden's Bridge. You and a crew of other hirelings will scour the area and ensure the roads are safe. Understood? Good then.
And at the route, Luana finds the patrol is being led by none other than Ordura.
Shall we begin? Or should we stand around until my hair grows gray?
I mean, I'm sure his hair is gray already, but whatever. They fan out to find clues, and pretty soon they start getting picked off.
We've only just set out and already down one. Pathetic. Anyone see anything? No sign of the attacker.
Then, like Scooby-Doo, they fan out again and lose another one.
We've lost a second, but I caught a glimpse of it this time. Whatever or whoever it was went into the ruins. Steady now, weapons ready, and follow me.
And this time they figure out where it is, and when they investigate, this gross monster called a Niskaru blood hunter jumps out. Luana kills it, but not before all the other recruits die. And this dude in the back just falls over dead for no reason. The hell is that?
Niskaru and Dalentarth. Where the hell did they come from? Never mind that. We've got to track them down. I suppose the dead deserve better than nothing.
They follow the trail and find the Niskaru are coming out of the Brigand Hall Caverns. Mission complete.
If it isn't Brigand Hall Caverns, of all the rotten holes they had to crawl out of. Well, hireling, the patrol's done. Here's your pay. You've made it this far. I'm going to find out what brought those things to Dalentarth. Come with me, and you might just make Pledge Shield. Now that's what I like to hear. We'll make a Warsworn of you yet. Now, by Eamon's oath, we're going in. What's this? Bloody mages? Not Balin's testament either. They must be the ones behind these Niskaru.
They get to the end of the caves and find that mages are using magic to teleport the Niskaru there and then using them to attack people. Ordura and Luana run in, swords blazing, and kill the mages. If the only problem is that the mages were using their magic to imprison the Niskaru... You're gonna die, aren't you? Oops. By the way, that's another pet peeve trope of mine. Whenever they show a B-level character standing there like an idiot in the middle of a battlefield or at the end of a battle, they will get run through by a sword, arrow, or bullet. I really hate it when they stand in front of a window or something really obvious like that. It's worse when they have armor. So Luana kills the Niskaru and takes Odura's sword. No need in leaving it there after all. Soon she gets to the head mage. Just as she gets there, he summons a big old Niskaru. Golly, as my dad would say. That's a big old beast. The monster immediately kills the summoner and comes after Luana. Luana fate shifts the shit out of that Niskaru. She takes the artifact that gave the mages power and heads on back. At Shieldring Keep, she gives Delphric the artifact.
In reward for your brave actions, I now solemnly declare you pledged of shield and sworn to war. Welcome to our order, soldier. It is a great honor. Now, this artifact you say brought forth the Niskaru? May I see it? Why, this is the heart of Saiban. Aegon won this centuries ago. It should be locked in our ancient vault. How could it have been stolen from under our noses? This is a nightmare. Travel to Helmgard Keep and Erethal and investigate how this theft occurred. Speak to Brian Shane, Helmgard's Castellan.
Well, someone done messed up. So now she's an inspector. First day. The blood hasn't even dried on her armor yet. And first things first, time to check out that vault. As instructed, Luana goes to Helmgard Keep to talk to their leader, Brian Shane, and he pairs her with a guard named Gwyn Henry.
I see. You'll want to start with the vault itself. I'll dispatch Oathblade Gwyn Anway to guard it. Meet her there when you're ready. The vault lies...
Good. A powerful relic stolen from our vaults and they send a single pledge shield. Have they gone completely mad?
Gwyn is pissed that they only sent Luana, but they go in and immediately find an open door and a bunch of Farlangi cultists walking around inside. Gwyn and Luana dispose of the cultists to find a key to the vault on one of them.
I found this in the leader's hand. It's the key to the vault. Or maybe a copy of it. Can't tell for sure. No knowing how many times they've been in here when they knew I wasn't about. We were lucky to come when we did.
Gwyn is supposed to be guarding the vault, but apparently they snuck in while she was gone. So they head back to Brian, and she puts Gwyn in jail because now she's a suspect. And Brian figures that the cultists got in the vault somehow. Luana inquires about the key, and Brian doesn't know anything about it.
She never mentioned a key. Withholding evidence as well. The girl broods so. Suppose I'm not surprised. I do want to know what became of that key.
So Luana goes to Gwyn, who is yelling about being innocent. But with Luana's persuasion, Luana finds out that Gwyn is upset about how they did her parents, who are also Warsworn.
But I blame the Warsworn leadership so much more. After my parents, after all my warnings. My parents were loyal Warsworn, but the Order turned its back on them. They would not help, let alone... Forgive me. I am not used to talking of such things. The key! Gods damn it, he was in such a rush to throw me in here, I forgot. Take it. Show it to Brian. If it is a copy, I know a master locksmith in Tyrann's Rest who might be able to help.
Gwyn gives Brian the key.
Well, I can say for certain that it's not the original. That was the first thing I checked after you went off to the vault.
Brian says it's a copy, so Luana goes to the keysmith. Luana gets to his place to find a secret lab with cultists looking for Smith.
Come out! We know you're in here. Somewhere.
Luana defeats the cultists, and the keysmith comes out.
I see I have you to thank. You and my clever hiding place. Can't imagine what those churls were after. They kept barking on about the Warsworn this and kill me that.
When asked about the key...
What? Do you mean it didn't work? This is one of my greatest achievements. I recreated that ancient marvel perfectly. I promised that pledge shield. Finnan, that was her name. I promised her... Surely she had permission, yes? She swore to me... Oh... I see.
So a chick named Finnan duped the keysmith into making a dupe of a key. Luana goes back to Gryan with the info, and he seizes Finnan post-haste. Luana talks to Finnan.
I know I can never make amends for the deaths I've caused, but I will try. I stole the key and had it copied. I gave it to... He swore he worked for the Alfar army, that this could end the war. A man named Elben Merok. I knew him from... That does not matter. He said he's a soldier in Tawili, though we always met pretty far south of the barracks, near the way into the marsh.
Given this turn of events, you are to find this Merok character. Extract from him what you can. I have other work for Gwyn. Meet her in Rathir when you're done.
After talking to Gryan and clearing Gwyn's name, Luana heads towards Merok to get some info. Gryan sent Gwyn to find out more about the cult while Luana is investigating more about the key.
What's this here? A little soldier come wandering down the coast? And just who are you? How do I know you're not that meddler? Best I kill you first and bring them word myself.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Except I'm a killing-ass lady who beats the crap out of everybody. They fight, and before Merok gets chopped...
God, don't kill me! I don't know who they are, really, but they answer to somebody called Mad Hearst. They're inside, or rather under, the Rathir Customs House. But there's a password, and I don't know it. You'll have to find your own way into the Hornet's nest.
Thanks for the information, you douche. To Rathir it is. Luana goes to the keep and finds a window grill. But instead of a password, she just tells the dude she knows about the meddler.
How do I know you're not that meddler?
And he opens the door.
I thought the meddler was taken care of along with the gnome. Go on. Hearst will want to hear this.
I put a decent amount of energy on my persuasion. I know I say that a lot, but it really got me through a couple of these weird things. I'd have to go looking for a password. But otherwise, I just said something with a interesting voice, I guess. It would be really cool if they had Luana actually say something. Like, you know, come on, man. I know about the meddler. Just open the door. And then the guy's like, oh, you do. You know what I mean? But, nah, can't do that. After chopping up people and giant rats in the underground, Luana finally meets Mad Hearst.
But the vault has been emptied and Lord Beeson has flown to Eamon's Isle. Under Lord Beeson, the Farlangi shall bring a beauty, terrible and sublime, into the world.
Are you serious? So Hearst is just another damn pawn in this cult. The real deal is Lord Beeson. Luana deals with Hearst and rendezvous with Gwyn.
Beeson. The Beeson. If it's true he's gone to Eamon's Isle, we must follow immediately. You, bring word to Ancient Delphric. Now, let's get to the keys.
They take a ship to Eamon's Isle and battle a bunch of cult mages to get into the fortress. Gwen is really perplexed as to why the cult is in a fortress. She keeps talking about it whenever we are running blades through people. Normally, people in this game don't talk so much out of the conversation mode. They should, because when she does it, it's really sus. Luana and Gwen get to the cult's chapel and examine the mural.
This is it. All Beeson's plans, written here in our own recorded history. The mural tells of the mage Farlong, who sought to make himself a king of Niskaru, and how Aegon thwarted him.
The villain's name is Farlong, the man who the cult is named after. The Farlongi.
Beeson thinks he will succeed where Farlong failed. And he just might. Farlong tried to free a Niskaru lord from its mountain prison. As Beeson seeks to mimic Farlong, so we must match Eamon and stop him. The Mystic Hammer, forged by Eamon for the hands of his son Aegon. It alone could halt Farlong's spell and restore the Niskaru lord to his prison. I know of it, but not its location. But Delphric may be able to help with that. Return to Shieldring Keep. I will travel to Ironfast Keep in Detir and learn all I can. Meet me there.
I was hoping to confront Beeson, but all we got to do was stare at a mural that tells a story we should have already known. The cult is called the Farlangi, and the island is named after the man who made the Mystic Hammer. Anyway, back at Shieldring Keep.
As soon as I received news of your discoveries, I learned whatever I could of the Alfar Lord, Anro Beeson. He is indeed a powerful man, a member of the Orbakant, or he was, until he proposed using Niskaru in the war. He was laughed off the council and then vanished, taking some of Rathier's most powerful mages with him.
So they laughed him off the council, and in response he left and took all the deadliest mages. What a dumb council move. So the hammer is in the tomb of Aegon, of course. He's the man for whom the hammer was forged, not to be confused by the forger, who is Aemon.
Alas, Pledge Shield, none below Oathblade are permitted inside our sacred places, but this is easily solved. For your valor and honor, in the name of the First Sworn, I bestow upon you the rank of Oathblade. Take this as a token of the honor.
She goes to the tomb to get the hammer pieces, and then to the Ironfast to meet Gwen.
You have the remains of the hammer. It is... I should have expected this. It was forged in the Hall of the First Sworn. It must, I think, be reforged there. The hall is not far, only... I don't know what to do when we get there. The hall lies south through the canyons. Meet me there.
At the Hall of the First Warsworn, Gwen is a little shook.
I'm sorry for the way I left Ironfast. The last time I saw my mother was the day she set off for these ruins. She came here and never returned. I thought maybe... But we must be going. Records speak of a sacred passage that leads to the forge.
Well, Luana's got her back, so everything should be okay. They press on and eventually find Gwen's mom dead on the ground. How long ago did this happen?
She was so close. Look, that must be the sacred passage there.
They try to enter the passage and then get rejected by a force field.
You and I are not Eamon. How can we ever hope to pass through that?
You talk to her again. Maybe we can figure something out.
Did you hear it? It spoke. It spoke in my head. We aren't allowed through.
Only those foreseen may enter here.
After scratching their heads a bit, a voice talks to them telepathically, saying that fate is what opens the door. Since Luana doesn't have a fate, she uses her fate shift powers. Once the door opens, they run into the forge, and the forge magically makes the hammer like new again. It would be nice if we got a cinematic, but all we get is Gwen telling us it looks cool. Like thanks.
Look at it, how it shines. This is a weapon of legend. Held in Aegon's hands, it felled Niskaru by the score. But now we have our own legends to make. The Niskaru Lord Kamazondu is imprisoned in Cloudcrest Mountain in the Hollowlands. As Beeson weaves his spell, something called the Niskaru Lord's Crown will emerge. Are you listening? It is not truly a crown, but emanations of the Niskaru Lord itself as it emerges from the mountain. It cannot escape all at once, so if we can injure these first projections with the Mystic Hammer, we can close the door Beeson seeks to open. Cloudcrest Mountain looks over the southern Hollowlands, west of here. I will go to Ironfast Keep for reinforcements and meet you there.
Gwen went off to get reinforcements and is there when Luana makes it. Two guys for reinforcements. I mean, that's the least number of people you could get before you have to say, I'll get the reinforcement.
Look, Beeson has carved his own way into the mountain, and that will be our route as well. Let's go.
One of them is Brian, and he accompanies Luana most of the way.
Let's show them what Warsworn really are.
We'll hold them back. You go on. Do what you came to do.
The crew get to the crown, and Luana starts busting up the pillars. And after busting 6 of them, she confronts Beeson.
What have you done, you fool? Do you think this war can be won without me? Mortals cannot triumph against such malice. We've fought this war for more than 10 years. We could fight 100 more, and for nothing. I could have ended it. I could have promised 1,000 years of peace and protection under my rule. With Kamazondu at my side, and a Niskaru host at my command, who could threaten us? No one. Follow me? I would have freed it, of course, and Farlong was sure the web of spells would... I could feel its fire coursing in my veins. We were nearly one voice, one mind. What difference who follows whom? But you have severed the bond. It would have given me power, the power to save us all. And you took that from me. For that, you will pay.
Ah, so Beeson was about to become Niskaru's puppet, it seems like. No matter. Luana nails him with the mystical hammer. Alright. You asshole. Face the guy! So, after that, the Niskaru god, Kamazondu, talks to Luana and wants her to join him, of course.
It is a shame that the mage proved so feeble an instrument of my will. Would that I had a better, stronger one.
I sense that there is more story to be had if I say yes, and I was right.
Oh? A sword is an instrument, but it is valued for its deeds and not its boasts. Your friend and comrade awaits below. Kill her, then return to me.
I'm not gonna do that shit. So the original plan was to say yes and then go home with the rest of the crew and not do anything. But the game saw that I might do that and made Gwen fight me. Alright.
We are to meet in the Hall of the First Sworn. Are you all right? You seem What is that in your eyes? The flames of chaos. Betrayer!
I wasn't going to kill you, though. I was just lying. Are you serious? I was just lying, lady. I wasn't telling the truth. I wasn't going to kill you. So Gwen got the hammer as well. Fine. Whatever. Stop. Okay, fine. Here you go.
This is my first gift to you. Now go to your comrades. Slay them. Slay them all.
Luana then goes back to the Hall of the Firstborn.
There is blood on your hands, Warsworn. Where is Gwyn? And what is that look in your eyes? They burn with the flame of chaos. Oh, you savage betrayer! You will pay!
Then Luana proceeds to slay everyone in the hall. I blocked all of those, but okay.
Good, good. You have cut the bindings and you are free. Now take the key and enter their ancient vaults. The heart of Saiban shall be yours.
So she takes the vault key, goes to the vault, and grabs the heart of Saiban. There's not much of a bonus for turning heel. I looked it up and I was right. The good ending has the bad god, I'm not gonna try and say his name again, threaten you as you walk away, and then Gwen tells you how awesome you are, and then tells you to go back to the Hall of the Firstborn, and then you go there and Tyne Delphric tells you you're awesome, and then you get that card thing, and then that's the end. It was pretty boring, so I chose the right one. So that's the end of the saga. However, the Warsworn are Luana's true enemy now, so all of them will try to kill her whenever they see her, which is super cool to me. As a matter of fact, Luana goes to all the home bases of the Warsworn and kills everyone. It was a lot of fun. They're all like, oh, I know who you are, and then they just start fighting. It's like, hey, what's going on? And it's like, oh my god, it's you! And they draw down their swords, and then I smack them down. It was really dope. It was kind of like Afro Samurai, you know? It's like, oh, you've got the headband. Swing, swing, swing. Psh. I'm always down for a mystery, you know? One that doesn't always end with dragons. Anyway, we're working our way to the main story again. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.